Hey everybody, it's Professor Parish, and this is our last video of the class. So it's kind of bittersweet. This semester's gone by really fast, and I am excited for it to be summer, but I'm also kind of sad because you guys have been a really good group of students. So I'm a little kind of bittersweet about this being our last week of class coming up. So I wanted to give you guys this last video not only to thank you guys for being great students and for working hard this semester. You guys have done a great job overall, and also I want to wish you luck on finals, not only for this class but for your other classes, but also to kind of do a few little housekeeping things before we round up this week and before you guys go on summer break. Unless, you know, you're like me and I'm teaching summer classes, you might be taking summer classes. If so, yay raw. But if you're taking the summer off, that's awesome. So as far as our last week of class goes, go up here, weekly assignments. Our last week of class, and for me it looks a little bit different than for you all, but our last week you have 3 different things that are going to be due. You have got, I'll close this window here. So the things we have left in this class are your final exam, the final draft of paper 4, and then the reflective essay. So the final exam is basically an accumulation of questions from your first 3 exams, and then I don't believe there's an MLA on it. So there used to be, and I took MLA off because it became its own exam. So it should just be fiction, drama, and poetry. It is worth 100 points, but some of the questions are more weighted than others, so there's not 100 questions on this test. But it is worth 100 points. All of the answers for this test are either in your textbook or on the presentations that we've had to look at this semester. So you can still get on the syllabus handouts and videos page, which I'm going to go back to in a second, and look at that for those presentations. The final draft should be, your paper 4 should be corrected, and I'm going to go over that too here in a second, should be corrected with your edits from the peer review forum, and should have your works cited page on it, have all your content, and be saved as either a rich text format, which is RTF file, or a Word document. Some of you are still submitting as pages or PDFs. I'm going to take formatting points off if you do that, so please make sure to save as when you go to File to save your paper. If you're using Pages or Adobe Acrobat, just save as an RTF or DOC file so that you don't lose those points. I apologize if that's inconvenient, but depending on which computer I use, either at work or at home, sometimes I can't open those documents, and if I can't open them, then I can't grade them, and I don't want you to lose points just because of a technology thing that is very easy to fix. So 90% of you are not going to have this problem. You guys are doing what you're supposed to do, but there are a couple of you that are still submitting in the wrong format, and you've been doing it this whole semester, and I've been starting to kind of take off more and more points, but I'm going to take off a lot if you do it on this last paper because it's our last one. We should do it right. And then the reflective essay is only a page long. It's just basically you explaining to me, how have you developed as a writer over the course of this semester? What was your favorite project? What was your least favorite project? And it's kind of a nice way also to get feedback from you all, because we do that instructor survey, and I'll look over what you guys fill out, but I feel like this is a much more organic way for you to tell me, I liked this assignment, keep doing it. Or if you're like, I really didn't like this assignment, don't. And there's only a few exceptions. Usually if students are like, get rid of the discussion forum. I'm like, we're online. We have to have a discussion forum of some kind since we can't talk face to face. So, eventually technology will develop and we'll all just, be holograms in the classroom. And then they'll just replace me with a robot. So those days, we probably won't ever see them, but I'm kidding, of course. So those are the 3 assignments. You will note on here that our finals week technically ends, because graduation is the 11th, that our finals end on Friday, May 11th at 11:55 p.m. And I am extremely strict on that schedule. You have all week to do these 3 assignments. They have to be done by Friday at 11:55 p.m. 11:56, I'm sorry. I really am, but I won't accept it. And the Dropbox, all these Dropboxes everything here will shut down after that point. So I've had students in the past that will say, hey, oh, I didn't know that things were due. Can I turn it in Saturday? No. The reason for that is that I have to have all of my assignments graded and into admissions by Monday at noon. So I cannot have any late assignments. I'm sorry, that's just the way the class is. It's been here, this due date has been here, and has been listed here for a while. So hopefully you will watch this video like I've instructed you here to do, and you will see that these due dates are here. So that is your fair warning. Please do not submit after 11:55 p.m. on Friday the 11th. You will not receive points for the assignments otherwise. Even if you email, and I'm trying to be on these drop boxes to specify too, please don't email assignments unless the Dropbox is absolutely not working. It takes extra time for me to input the grades. It's a bit of a hassle. If you can, please submit to the Dropboxes, and that's mainly for these two assignments here. This one you won't have to worry about submitting. But if you email me at 11:56, I'm not taking it. So I'm just going to be super strict about that and let you know so that you are well aware. Like I said, most of the time, not an issue, but I seem to always have one student that goes, oh, I forgot. I'm sorry. So just to let you know about that. Alright, so as far as MLA goes, everybody so far that I've graded the MLA exam, you guys have done really well for the most part. If you guys are still having any trouble with anything, go to the syllabus handouts and videos. In week 2, that MLA citation presentation there goes over how to cite these sources in MLA format. I mean, the formula's right there for you all. And there's a link to Purdue OWL if you need it. Also, if you go here and go to links, I go through a video where I explain how to cite as well. So you've got 2 different resources there, and I encourage you to please use them. They are at your disposal. All the presentations, like I said, in my videos where I discuss the terminology are on here if you need to go back and look at them. You guys can sell back your books this week, but I would recommend not selling them back until you've taken the final exam, so you have it as a resource. But one more thing I wanted to show you guys is about revising your papers. So I've still got a couple of drafts to look at, and today's Sunday, so by Monday the 7th, I should have everybody's drafts back to them by Monday night. I think there's only 4 or 5 that I've got left to grade and review. So on the peer review form, when you get your paper back, some of you have been doing revisions on all of your papers all semester, so you guys know the drill. You guys have it down, which is awesome. But if you're not sure, then I wanted to pull up this paper. This is just a former revision from earlier this year. And I wanted to show you guys what to do when you pull up your paper and you see this red box here. So you will only probably see these boxes if you pull up this paper through Microsoft Word. If your computer does not have Word, you can always go to sic.edu, and since you're a student, you can download Microsoft Office for free. You just need to go to the search bar, type in Microsoft Office Suite, and you should get instructions on how to download Word for free to view this document and the edits. But if you have Word, when you open it up, you will probably see this. Now you may see something that looks like just a red line, and what that means is that these won't show up until you click on that red line. So if this isn't black, if it's red, you need to click on it and it will show you all of the errors in the paper. But if it's black, this little line means that there's something wrong in this paper that you need to correct. So, for example, I can go over here and right-click on it and choose Accept Change, and this disappears. And I can click on, or I can do this arrow, and it disappears as well. So you'll see this arrow, this black line is still there. That means that there are these errors, and I'll zoom in on this. So this black line is still there. That means that there's an error in red somewhere in the sentence. So you can see the little errors in red that I've corrected. Alright. Now, I can go through each of these one by one, like this, and choose Accept Change, and it becomes part of the paper. And you'll notice the line over here has gotten smaller because that line error has been corrected. But if I don't want to go through all of these one by one, because that can take a while, I can start with the first one and highlight up until the last comment ends, so right here. And then right-click. Didn't work. Try this again. And then on the error, right, I'll find a different spot to do that. Usually you can right click on the whole paragraph and accept change and it'll work out fine. So what happens if I click reject change? Well, down here I've got like this grade evaluation. If I click reject change, then whatever I typed or edited will disappear. I'll go back. But typically if I'm correcting something, then it means you should probably change it. So click accept and it becomes part of the paper. Alright, in your final draft you will need to go through the draft that I've sent back to you. If you're going to choose and need to make those revisions, and right click or highlight and right click on all of those changes and accept them into the document. That'll help clean up your grammar, to polish your paper. If you need to add content, then you can add it as well. But just make sure that you do that before you submit your final draft. If you submit a final draft and the changes have not been corrected, then I'm still going to count off on them because they're still there. So if you guys have questions, please email me to let me know. I know a lot of you have emailed me and I really appreciate it because it shows that, one, you are going out of your way to ask your instructor for help, which your instructors appreciate that. It shows that you're dedicated and motivated as a student. And two, it helps me to help you. If I don't know if there's a problem or if you have questions, then I can't assist you. So I really do appreciate it. I appreciate all of you for working hard this semester. There are so many of you that have done great in this class, and I'm excited for you all once you're out of this class for what you are going to do in the future. So, and you know, if you have any future papers that you want me to proofread, feel free to send them. If I'm not bogged down, which usually I'm not, I'm happy to read them and get them back to you. If you see me on campus and you have a paper that you want to hand over to me, I read a paper for a student last week that was a former student, and I'm happy to do it. You know, just kind of give me a heads up. If any of you have letters of recommendation for anything, scholarships, jobs you'd like me to write, I'm happy to do that as well. My only thing is, you know, give me a couple days in advance to write that letter of recommendation. One of my former professors, she always taught me, she's like, never do a on-the-spot day letter of recommendation because it won't be good like you want it to be. So just give me some heads up in advance, and that should be great. But I'm very thankful for you guys for being so great this semester. It's flown by, but I wish you guys good luck on the rest of your classes, the rest of your finals, and I want you all to have a very happy summer, and good luck on our last week of class. Alright, see you guys.